is in the studio. Good morning, Dawn.
Zagadat.
There you go. How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I think I just need some cocoa.
Mm-hmm. You
Yeah,
do.
some
You
cocoa.
do. Because you went really, really hard. And I was saying this morning, I'm like, yo, this man is about to pull off, like, in my opinion, the biggest concert of 2019. Meanwhile, you just got off of a heavy European tour.
Yeah.
Like, bro.
And
Like,
did a quick stop in Dubai, like 1, 2, couple shows.
how do you do it?
It's straight up here. It's passion.
Yeah.
It's passion. It's like the way you wake up in the morning and you do this, like
Eesh.
you know.
No, not a
saying.
good comparison at all.
I'm telling
Not
you.
a good comparison
It's like
at
wake
all.
up in the morning and like and not just talk, keep people like engaged
It's 3
early
hours.
in the morning. Like
You've been going for like 3 months.
if you're not in love, if it's not passion, you can't do it. Like
That's
you
true.
can't do it. So
That's true.
that's what it is.
Look at Eazi trying to downplay his stuff. But
That's
anyway,
what it is.
so is that why you're hosting? Because I was also saying, like, is Eazi trying to not perform for too long, and just let everybody else do the damn thing, and he'll just come in and host because you're human. You gotta be tired.
The truth is the
Mm-hmm.
whole concept of Dirty Rave came when I saw DJ Khaled perform.
Uh-huh.
And then DJ Khaled, he was the hype man. He wasn't even the DJ really. But he would just go like another one and an artist
Somebody
will
will
come
come
and
out.
perform. Another one, an
Uh-huh.
artist will come and perform, and then the DJ will play for some time. And I was like, wait a minute. This is dope. This is hosting. And I was like, I want to do this. And that's where it came about,
from.
the whole idea. So this year, I want to even take it further to home and say, you know what, this time I want to perform even less and just do more of that. So I'd actually, we're talking about it. Don't say the other part we were talking about. Yeah, we're talking about it.
Easy
I'll
going
be-
DJ.
Yeah, I'm going to be DJing. I'm going to be hype man. I'm going to be jumping. I'm going to be just raving, basically. Just be the party boy. That's basically what I'm going to be. And then let all the other artists just perform. And we're trying to keep it like pat,
Yes,
back to back to back to back to back. I know everybody's going to have fun in the end.
they will. Now, I drive down the Spintex Road every day
Yeah.
when I'm coming to work. And so I've watched the progress of
Yeah.
this new event space,
Yeah.
Untamed. And it looks super good. Today I was coming by and I saw one of the containers was purple.
Yeah.
It said Empower Huge.
Yeah.
And that's like the one container. I don't know if it was strategically placed.
I've not even seen that. I've not
Oh,
seen
you
that.
can see it's like
Oh,
you
for
just see
real?
Empower, like it's huge.
Straight.
And I'm like, what was your inspiration for building your own event space?
So, two things, yeah. One, I'm not gonna lie to you. One was cause the old event space was becoming highly contested because we had done it for 2 years, and then people trying to book it for 5 times more, 10 times more.
Wow.
And then we had already had some issues where we're saying the crowd was already too much for that space, and the space was porous in terms of entry and exit. And so we're like, okay, we need it. We might as well just go get a new place. And we got this new place, and we're just gonna just put up the stage. If you just put up the stage. The next thing, shout out to Stefan, the Untamed team. We were like, and I had to talk with you, and we were like, okay, you know what, let's start putting it up. And then the idea of containers. I flew out to Dubai, went to view a lot of container structures, and I was like, let's do this in Ghana. Let's have, and in Africa, it's gonna be. I'm gonna open the same thing in Nigeria as well. Let's have a space that has is an outdoor venue. And now I'm thinking we should have a way to convert it to indoor as well. So after Dirty Rave, we'll do that construction such that it's an outdoor space or indoor space. So
Yep.
a new venue for people to perform. Not every time go to Dome or every time go to the stadium, which is not suited for that. Let's have a space. So I love the space. The containers is a vibe. And I'm happy because it brings creativity. Like all the people there, kids just doing the graffiti, having fun. I'm like, maybe me too. I should. go join them.
Easy want to do everything.
So, one life.
I think that's super dope though, because I saw it a while ago on
Do you
your
see the
Instagram.
stage?
No, I haven't. Because I haven't gone in there. I just drive past.
Even the stage is containers.
Wait, what you mean?
The stage is containers.
So like you're standing on the top of containers?
Yeah. There's a DJ booth in a container. It's like 4 stories up.
Oh, this is so cool. This is
everything
really cool.
everything is containers, and it's gonna be the same concept. On the 29th of August, we're also gonna have Dirty Rave in Germany.
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's in Hamburg, and the spaces as well. Right now, they're putting containers there as well. So that's gonna be the whole concept for Dirty Rave. By God's grace, after this event, next year should see us having Dirty Rave in a few other African countries and Europe. So we bring the same experience. So the same artists that performed here and mix it up. A few more artists, take them like a moving train. Yeah.
Let's talk about you as a businessman, because I saw this on your Instagram where you said you're a part-time musician
Yeah.
and like full-time businessman, billionaire. Are we at the billions yet?
We are the billions.
We are the billions.
Yeah. It depends on the currency. You know?
I'm
It
not
can be
mad at all.
Zimbabwean dollars. You know.
I'm not mad at all. But it's really, really interesting to watch how you're not a one-trick pony, you know? It's not just the music. It's this, it's that. And it's like, okay, this hasn't been done before. Let's do it. A lot of people, a lot of artists cannot think outside of the studio.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's really, really impressive. But I'm not even here to talk too much about Dirty Rave. The lineup is impressive. I want to know, after you pull off something like this, and Germany and all of that, what is the plan for 2020? Because I feel like it's got to be huge.
Yeah, you know, I think 2020, God willing, what we're trying to do is, you know, we've had this conversation where I say, you know, in the next 3, 4, 5 years, the African entertainment scene, movies, music is going to be so blown up because data penetration is going up. People are getting on the internet. People are traveling back and forth. There's excitement around the world for African entertainment. But it's going to be a shame if we don't learn from like hip hop from our black brothers in the West, and you know we don't learn from people in the Caribbeans or learn from people other cultures. And it will be a shame if, you know, right now the biggest music app out of Africa is not even African. Already, it's Chinese, you know, and I don't have a problem with that, but it's like, why can't the biggest music app out of Africa not be African?
Wait, what app is this?
You know, that's Boomplay.
Boomplay is
It's Chinese.
It's Asian?
Yeah, it's Asian. It's Transsion.
I did not know that.
You know, and I don't. Just saying, I don't have no beef with Boomplay.
No, we ain't got no beef at all.
You know,
but
we ain't got no beef. But I'm like, if these are the foundational times of the worldwide growth of the scene, then we must have equity conversations. I'm not saying we must own everything.
You so talk
but,
like a business.
you know, but we must have
equity conversations.
Yeah, there must be equity conversations. If there's
Ownership.
there must be equity conversations, and not just one man. So it shouldn't be the case like colonialism, where, you know, people came from the West and just gave one chief mirror and gave one chief salt,
I know.
and then the chief basically opened the doors wide. You know, and we're still suffering from that right now. So it should be a case where I have equity in this, he has equity in this, you have equity in this, he has equity in this. And so that when people from the rest of the world who want to do business with African creatives, they'll be like, yo, I want some equity in your business. That's a better conversation. So we're part of it. We own it. And so we control it. And we've not sold out. And then even creates wealth for the rest of us, you know. So that's what I want to see. And so in 2020, I'm going to be making more crazy moves, expanding Empawa Live. We're going to be going into ticketing, for instance. Okay. So we'll be doing our own concerts, our ticket platforms. The Empower Music app is already online, but it's not your average music app. It only has music from Empower artists, so it's promotional. But we're going to do ticketing. So you'll be able, for all our Empower Live events across the world, you'll be able to buy tickets exclusively via the app, and so that we can build the database. Because there's no reason why Sarkodie, for instance, should go to... you should just think about it. How many African artists have toured Europe this year? Let's think about it. What are the biggest events that have gone on for African artists across the world? If you list 5, now ask, how many African artists have access to the data? So you don't have access to the data of the people who came to your show. So that means tomorrow you can't market to them. You have a new song, you can't market to them. You want to do a show on your own, you can't market to them because you don't have the data. So we want to control data, and everybody will have access to data. So if Empower Live does a concert for King Promise gets all the data of everybody who came to his show so he can remarket to them. That's what we're trying to build. So it's going to be a lot of music out from Empower artists, a lot of live events. The ticketing platform is going to launch. I'm transforming to Don Eazi, the businessman.
That's
I also
want
to put out. Yeah, I also want to. My team has said, "Yo, Eazi, please, we still need like 5 years."
Yeah, because I'm like, if you do all this, how is it going to affect
like we
you?
need minimum of 5 years. So what I'm doing now is I'm doing 30 days of work, 10 days of holiday, and in those 30 days of work, I do 10 days recording, and then I do business for and business is between touring and even instead of just touring, jumping from place to place, I can say, okay, touring is from summer starts like in June. So from June to December is touring. So from the first quarter, I can use that time to do business, to record a lot of music. So yeah, that's what's looking at. Shout out to Guilty Beats who's making me record loads of music. Yeah.
Okay, so we can rest assured that this hectic schedule is not going to mean that you're not in the studio recording your own music.
Nah, I wanted to drop an EP like last week Friday, and then I was like, "Oh, let's drop it," and then Guilty was like, "Oh, record more," and then Guilty started playing new beats for me and started recording more, and we forgot to mix the ones that we're supposed to, and now it's like, okay, you know what? So let's just push it to next year. So I think from the 10th of January, new music with the video is dropping, and then it's just gonna be back to back. So there's enough music to drop.
Okay, I'm gonna ask this question. It was not on my list. I wasn't even thinking about it. Yeah. But since you brought up Guilty, let's talk about it, because we've all seen the footage. Him and Joey B in Nigeria doing an interview, and they were kind of like, I feel like they were asked a number of questions that they weren't even supposed to have to answer. You know what I mean? They weren't the organizers of the Cardi B show. It really had nothing to do with them, and they were asked to answer these questions. It was a bit unfair, but it did make it very clear that there is a huge problem when it comes to the Ghana-Nigerian relationship. You being someone who thrives in both sectors, how are we gonna fix that?
I feel the issue is not Ghana, Nigeria. It's like Africa as a whole. Okay. Because the African music scene has been divided across language lines and across. So there's the Lusophone scene, the Francophone scene, the Anglophone scene, and within the Anglophone scene, there's the Ghanaian scene, there's the Nigerian scene, and across West Africa, like if you're traveling from Ghana to Nigeria, there's Togo and Benin. But a lot of us, maybe except you're a proper music head, you don't even know who the hottest artist in Togo and Benin is right now. I cannot name 5 Togolese artists, 5 Beninese artists. I just know like maybe 1 or 2. Right there is a problem, and which is part of the things I saw, and I said, no, the future must not remain like that. And that's why I set up Empower. And if you see the Empower YouTube is the only page, the only African YouTube music page that has music from all across Africa. And it's for the next generation. So now Joe Boy is doing songs. Joe Boy is Nigerian. He's doing songs with Jidobi, who's Ghanaian. Doing songs with Nikita, who is Kenyan, or Union 5, who's from Zimbabwe, or Trina, who is from Zambia, and everybody's connecting, and South Africa. So I feel it's up to us now to say, you know what, whoever divided it, I don't even know who divided it. Even though we go look for that person, then beat them, then kwashi am small, But let's forget about the past and say, in the future, how do we, bring about unity? Because if you look at the Latin music scene, I keep saying this, when I went to Coachella, there was something that really struck me. And what struck me was that on the Coachella bill, there were 3 Latino artists. One from Spain, one from Colombia, and one from Chile. Even though they all speak Spanish, which also helps. But one thing struck me was when J Balvin was performing, Rosalia and Bad Bunny came on his set. When Rosalia was performing, Bad Bunny and J Balvin came on her set. When Bad Bunny was performing, J Balvin and Rosalia came on the set, which is unity. So if you
Yep.
didn't know Rosalia, you would know Rosalia. If you didn't know Bad Bunny, you would know. If you didn't know J Balvin, you would know. So these are some of the things which shout out to people that are already pushing it. You know,
Yeah.
radio stations that have charts playing music from all over that. You know, DJs that play music that go from Ghana to Nigeria to South Africa, because the music can actually mix in.
Yeah.
And when you're at a party and you're late, you don't really care. Yeah, you have your favorite songs you want to hear, but in between,
If it sounds good.
yeah, you are focusing on something else. Maybe you spy.
I knew you were gonna say
something
that.
else, you know. So I feel these are the little things we can do as a whole, and you know, more collaborations, and it will just break naturally. It will break naturally, you know, because at the end of the day, everybody respects good music. See the song Party After Party. You know, a lot of people don't even know that the song is from Uganda. So that just shows
Wait, are you kidding me? I thought it was Nigerian.
Oh,
Are you serious?
yeah.
Are you serious?
Yes, from Uganda. So what that shows you is that music is universal.
Yeah.
And even people in Uganda, someone in Uganda can make a hit song that's probably one of the hottest songs across Africa. In the whole African music scene, is one of the hottest songs right now.
is.
So there can be things can come together, but we just have to be more conscious about it. And it starts from the radio to the artists, even the fans. Because sometimes fans is like, oh, I just want to hear Mr. Eazi, I just want to hear Endo, you know. But I think gradually it will happen. I can already see it happening within the Empawa page, and I'll be looking at the comments, and I'll be seeing Kenya make some noise, Somalia make some noise, Eritrea make some noise, which is what I'm encouraging and the partnership. The only thing is we have to make sure we keep the data. So in 5 years' time, you know, an artist, it would be a shame if an artist who can sell out a stadium in South Africa cannot sell out Bloomberg. You know, that would be a shame. Or an artist who can sell out a stadium here cannot go to Nigeria and sell out somewhere the size of, you know, some 500 cap or 100 cap. So this has to be more conscious. Yeah, and you know, it's beautiful. I'm happy I can help do this and also do some business in between. I mean, we put people together, we forget some 10-20%, maybe 25 self.
I love it. I'm shocked, and I know I'm not the only person who didn't know that song was
A
not
lot of
Nigerian.